My cursed colony may finally be recovering after more than a year of not growing. Today we are gonna feed them, look at them, and oh, they are also in a new nest. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ant Holleufer YouTube channel. It's been 6 months since last we looked at the Novomessor Cockerelli, but today we are taking a look at them once again. Now last time I called them cursed, I asked for help and you came with a lot of suggestions, and I want to say thank you, because you may be the reason why this colony is doing a lot better. Now, what's going on with the lights? Well, why not change the member lamp? The member lamp over here, it wasn't too bright. So the member lamp is the entire room. So I want to say thank you to Antimatters for choosing this week's member light being magenta. Is it magenta? I don't know. But guys, let's look at the Novomessor Cockerelli. I've now kept this colony for almost 2 years. And they have lived in a nest, in a test tube, in multiple test tubes, and now this new pour or more arts nest. From 8 to 0 to 10 to 5 to 12 workers, this colony have had quite the story. Last time many of you said I should move the colony out of the test tubes and into a more naturalistic environment. This is where this pour or more arts nest was a perfect fit. With the small sized nest, the colony would nicely fit inside and also enable me to feed them very easily with the inbuilt outworld. And as you can see, they have settled very nicely into this mini jumbo nest. Now a few of you also suggested that I should heat them. This room is already around 24 to 26 degrees, so I thought heat may be a little bit dumb, but I decided to heat one part of the nest, being the front right here. And the colony just adapts to it, and they've put all of the young brood right on the heat source, so they seem to like it. Sadly, with this new setup, I've also had a few casualties, but since they've moved in, they have started growing a lot faster. I've also started to always feed them. Normally I fed them once a week, but many people wanted me to feed them daily. Now I have not adapted daily feeding just yet, so what I now do is I feed them on a Sunday, then I take the food out on a Wednesday or Thursday and feed them the same day as I take the food out. That way the food starts to get a little bit old, but then I replace it with some new food, so they always have some kind of protein in the outworld, and most of the time it's pretty fresh protein. Saying that, let's just clean the setup a little bit. I start by simply closing off the nest entrance with a little bit of cotton. Firstly, I remove the water source. Then I remove the few workers that are in the outworld and put them in a separate container. Then I remove all the protein from the last feeding. With everything out of the outworld, I then pour a little bit of water into the outworld, and with some cotton I go around and scraping all of this dirt away. This is a quite good solution, and I feel like it helps for the most part. Sadly, I don't really have a good method of cleaning the glass other than putting some water on the glass and then taking it away. But this definitely gives the outworld a little bit of a cleaner look. And then it's just re-adding the Pour or More Arts liquid feeder, and this feeder have actually impressed me quite a lot. It's both bigger than a normal feeder, and yet it doesn't take too much more space. And I can really feel the volume in the water is a lot bigger because I don't have to refill it nearly as often as with my normal regular tower water feeders. And from the open WaKooshi Friday chats, WaKooshi have inspired me to making these small feeding dishes. This is simply a feeding dish with some cotton where I add some sugar snaps from Ant Antics. This is a quite simple solution and easy to replace the sugar water, and also make sure that the ants don't drown in it. And that's been a little tour of the outworld. It's very needy and it's very nice to have it inbuilt, and yeah, I'm a fan of it, I can't lie. One of the unique things about a Novomessor Cockerelli ant is their social stomach. It's very small and almost doesn't exist. Ideally, you then feed them some small food that they can then drag into the nest. Sadly, this is not something I see too often. But by feeding the colony some small roaches cut into small pieces, the workers should be then able to drag the pieces into the nest. Will they? Well, let's see. We also of course need to add the workers from the other container. And straight away, none of the ants are out. I guess they're not hungry then? I was supposed to record them going crazy for this protein. Yeah, so while we wait for the workers to discover the food, let's take a deeper look inside the nest. And I must say, with most of my nests today being 3D printed or acrylic, this natural cave-alike look really boosts my ant room. I'm really a fan of the look, and the ants also seem to like it. In the front is where I usually heat the nest, and this is also where all the brood is located. And look! An ant is just waking up! So as these Novomessor Cockerellis have naked pupae, they go from this white skeleton ant to this darker orange ant before simply waking up. And as you can see, she's moving her body just a little bit, and I'm sure she will be woken up by tomorrow. And generally they do have an amazing brood pile. Although this one larvae seems a little bit hungry. But I'm just left here wondering why the ants don't go out to eat. Looking in the outworld, there's still not really any action. A few ants are walking around, but after many hours of checking their progress, I just didn't really see any ants actually eating more than a few seconds. So I decided to wait for the next day and look again. And the next day I saw just what I had hoped for. A roach piece inside the nest. And a closer look shows that there's actually a young worker taking a bite of the roach. How cool is that? I wonder if this is the same worker we saw just waking up yesterday. Either way, there's no workers waking up, so it has woken up the worker from yesterday. I like that they're eating inside the nest because this is how they would eat in nature. As they don't really have a social stomach, they are used to dragging the food into the nest. But looking around the colony, the workers' social stomachs are actually quite full. And that's always a great thing to see within an ant colony. Upon a closer look of the roach, a larvae have actually grabbed some of the roach, and it's feeding on it. It's almost like the Harpagnathus of the Venators with larvae feeding directly on the roaches. Seeing these things just makes me happy. The story of these girls have been way too long and way too sad, but looking at this brood pile and these few pupae is just amazing. But where the colony really shines at the moment is at the egg and larvae pile. Look, there's so many! And I just hope they all make it. Also, all the larvae are moving back and forward, so I think they're really hungry, so I would love to see some more roaches being dragged around and over to the larvae pile. It definitely seems like both heating the room and also heating the colony, meaning it's almost 30 degrees in here, definitely have helped this colony. I mean, they are also a desert species, so I guess it makes sense, but still 30 degrees, and they like it. To be completely honest, I'm just so impressed that the queen have made it through all of this. Founding alone, having a great colony, being all alone again, and now this. It's been such a long journey for her, but she seems to finally be on top of the curse. And of course I have said this before, but still my expectations for this colony are very high. It's the worst when I see a dead worker just because I'm rooting for them so hard, and I'm just very happy that they are, well, growing a lot at the moment. And to end this video, I just once more want to say that these ants are now living in a Pour or More Arts nest called the Jumbo Mini. And for those who don't remember, and for those who are interested, I originally got this colony from Ants Davy. And of course, both shops will be linked in the description down below if you're curious to checking them out. And with that being said, let's just get all the members up. I just want to say thank you for watching it to the end, and thank you to all the members for supporting this channel. Very big thank you to all of you. And also a massive thank you to the Holleufer family members. We have Medical Carcase, number 9, Simon, Casper, Kai, Anscapes, and finally Ants Norway. And with that being said, I want to say thank you to all the members. I want to say thank you for you for watching it to the end. And do you want to keep a Novomessor Cockerelli colony? Do you think the curse is over for them? Do you think they will fall straight back into it like they've done in the past? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Become a member today if you like. And I will see you all in another video. Bye!